Thank you so much for your time today. Today, we are talking about the Sorceress and what the Sorceress brings to the table. When it comes to the Sorceress skills, you get a few different options. You have your fire skills, you have your lightning skills, and you have your freezing skills. This character is a fire sorceress, so I mostly stacked fire damage. Fire damage has a lot of really cool ways you can manipulate it. Deal more damage when they're healthy, deal more crit when they're burning, chance to immobilize, and there are other ways to just stack interesting kind of ways into your fire skills. For example, this one will stack even more damage with when you hit them with like different sources of fire. So it kind of incentivizes you to use more fire skills. So I have 3 or 4 fire skills that are going right now, just because I think it's really, really cool to stack all that damage. And it just goes higher the more you hit them with other fire skills. And to be honest, this is probably my favorite skill in the game. It is so fucking satisfying looking. Look how cool this is. Ready? That's it. That's it right there. I mean, that's it right there. That is the fucking coolest. That's the fucking coolest skill in the game. So the Sorceress is just, it's so fun to play. It's so satisfying to see use all these crazy skills. When you start to thread the other elements into it, you can really get around pretty good. I mean, you can teleport, you can freeze. There are ways to stack your damage with these other elements as well, like with lightning skills, you can stack stun, ways to do more damage when the enemy is stunned, ways to do more damage when the enemy's frozen, and then you can kind of manipulate that to where you're freezing the enemy. You do more damage when the enemy's frozen, but you might not necessarily be a frost sorceress, so you can still benefit from having those other elements. A lot of people actually usually do it with the fire damage because there are so many ways you can buff your damage with fire that even the lightning sorcerers will still use certain fire skills just so they can get that huge damage stack from dealing damage to burning enemies and things like that. Something else I wanted to talk about really quick was the class mechanic for the sorcerer, and it is ways to stack a couple extra skills on your bar. Really, really cool, really, really satisfying. It's kind of one of those classes where you want to use even more skills. It feels so good to use all these cool skills, and this lets you do it. It's a really cool mechanic, and it's a ton of fun. That is kind of the Sorceress in a nutshell. There's so much more you can do with these classes. I'm just doing the really simple version, kind of the whole spiel here. So I really appreciate your time, and this was a slightly more in-depth version of the Sorceress. I mean, how cool is this fucking class? Oh man, that is the coolest skill in the game. Look at that, it's so fucking satisfying. Alright, thank you so much for your time, everyone. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one.